Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we're going to begin here with this article from the cryptobasic.com. We have probably about 13 chapters today, so you can jump around if you like. This article is titled Japanese Firm SBI VC Trade Forecast XRP to Surge to 62 cents in a recent market report. Obviously, this is a very near-term prediction. We saw it touch 58 cents at some point in the last few days. Touch 58 cents. So it wasn't far from 62 cents. That's not too an out there prediction, in my humble opinion. It says this. In the report published today, SBI VC Trade highlighted the recent developments surrounding the legal case between Ripple and the U.S. SEC. The report delved into the aftermath of the July 13th ruling and the effects these developments had on XRP's price direction. It says, notably, XRP appreciated to yearly top of 93 cents July 13th. That we know. I'm going to get to why they're saying what they're saying right now. I have to skip and get to what's important. It says, although the SEC recorded partial victory July 13th, let's skip that too. Let's get to the crux. Let's get to the business. Here we go. This section is titled XRP could hit 62 cents. This is hilarious, the smallest section. As pointed out, the developments surrounding the case put XRP on a roller coaster ride. The SBI VC Trade report also acknowledged the effects of the broader market direction on XRP, especially in recent times amid the discussions around the spot Bitcoin ETF. It says XRP recently rallied to a 2-month high of 58 cents as Bitcoin put the rest of the market in an upward trajectory. That's what I was just talking about. It says with the broader market rally now losing steam. Well, let's take some things into context. Number one, some people will say it's because they pulled that certain piece of information down about the BlackRock ETF. I don't believe that had as much to do with it as, once again, like I said, they raised 10-year treasury yields to 10%. That's just one thing that they did. So that always, if people go back to treasuries, and I'm not sure how much they have, but if they did, that would cause a liquidity drain. Every single time they raise the treasury yield, that has the possibility to cause a liquidity drain. I did say that, didn't I? And then you saw markets pull back a little bit. The volatility's been a little bit more on the red side now. So I think that was a good call. And I believe that's what's taking place. There's a lot of uncertainty in all of the markets right now. They're not sure if people are going to go back to U.S. treasuries en masse. There's been a lot of treasury dumping. They don't know if they're going to do that or they're going to keep their capital in place. So there's this tug of war going on. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. But if we ever get that solid information on a BlackRock ETF, spot ETF, boom. You can see markets are already going to go absolutely insane. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, I'm keeping my eye open for that. So it says here, the market report from SBI VC Trade predicts an initial increase in XRP's price to 56 cents, corresponding with the 100-day moving average. However, the report forecasts a subsequent increase with a target of 62 cents. We have another price prediction coming up, but maybe 2 chapters from now. Let's get to this next article here. This one here is from the cryptobasic.com. And it is titled, Ripple can now offer on-demand liquidity services via Uphold. I knew there was a lot more to this Uphold thing than meets the eye, but let's let them explain this here. The host of Digital Assets Daily, a crypto YouTube channel, called attention to a tactic in a recent post. His remarks built on a comment from an XRP community member who hinted that Ripple's recent partnership with Uphold aimed to solve its dilemma with Ripple payment sales in the U.S. It says Ripple Uphold partnership. Recall that Ripple recently inked a strategic partnership with Uphold, as the Crypto Basic reported yesterday. According to the announcement, the partnership would see Ripple utilize Uphold's trading infrastructure, which boasts 30 trading venues, to bolster its cross-border payment service. It says, though reports of the partnership triggered moderate excitement in the XRP community, several community members failed to understand the gravity of its implications. Ripple exempts the U.S. in on-demand liquidity sales. Notably, Ripple Payment Service, formerly On-Demand Liquidity, is not live in the U.S. despite Ripple offering these services to over 55 countries with a payout network spanning 70 markets. Meanwhile, following the July 13th, they go into all this stuff. I need to really just Come on now, let's scroll down and just skip some of this stuff. I need to get to the crux of what's going on here. All right, let's skip that. A solution to the dilemma says the latest comment from the host of Digital Assets Daily emphasizes that Ripple now seeks to use Uphold as an avenue to source XRP for on-demand liquidity sales in the US. By using this technique, the company would avoid any potential regulatory action for the US based on-demand liquidity sales. I like a little bit more clarity, on that from one of the lawyers, actually, but this is a great thing if indeed they can do it this way. So be it. Whatever it takes to make XRP's price explode, I'm all for it. From any of the companies building on the XRPL. That's how I feel. So if this can be used in that way, let's go. Let's get it going. It says notably in on-demand liquidity now Ripple payments, crypto exchanges play a pivotal role. These exchanges purchase XRP typically from Ripple and sell the XRP tokens to financial institutions that use on-demand liquidity service. These financial institutions then leverage the XRP as a bridge currency to convert one fiat currency to another. As a result of the Ripple Uphold partnership, Uphold will function as one of these exchanges. All right, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see where everything ends up, and hopefully it's going to be as positive as everyone thinks it's going to be. All right, so now let's move on here. All right, to it's not a little, actually, a huge price prediction. So I always get a laugh out of these price predictions, not because they're absurd, but because I know people are going to take umbrage to them. But I love every second of it. Of reading these predictions. This is also from the cryptobasic.com. They have a lot of articles going on that have been very brilliant as of late. It's titled Expert. This is what they're saying. All right. So people get on my back. Hey, Mick, everybody can be an expert now, huh? Like, hey, I'm not saying they're an expert. This is what the Crypto Basic is saying. Send them an email. Send them an email. Write them a comment about them calling people an expert. I don't control that. All right. Expert sees XRP hitting $220. Woo-wee. That is a beautiful, beautiful price, if I may say so myself. Who the heck is calling me? Hold on, folks. Let me just take this call. Hello?
You know XRP not going to $220. You must be out your mind.
Oh, okay.
You gotta be.
I'm not saying it's going to $220. I'm just saying, I'm just reading an article.
I don't care if you read an article or not.
Who is this?
It's Gary.
Oh my goodness.
It's Gary. Gary Gensler. You know who it is, sucker. Yeah,
Mr. Gensler, you can't just call and interrupt my show.
I call interrupt anytime I want.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Oh yeah, you want to see a trick?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this. What's wrong with Gary Gensler calling me in the middle of a show? What's going on here? Anyway, let's move on here. It says, hey, threw me off a little bit. It says, well-known crypto analyst, Crypto Bull, believes XRP looks to repeat a, quote, bottom retrace, top, unquote. All right. Pattern on the monthly time frame with a projected surge to an ambitious $220 price. Once again, I need a solid catalyst. I need them to start rolling out all these different banks. And then you want to talk high prices? All right. I'm all ears once we get solid catalysts. That's how I feel. I don't think any chart is going to change that. I don't think retail and what has happened in the past right now is going to come in handy. I think you need that actuation of what XRP is supposed to do. It says he confirmed that XRP rallied from a low of 0.002 cents to its all-time high of $3.84 while witnessing this bottom retrace top, quote unquote, pattern during the asset's bull run. You need something solid for another crazy run like that. I'm telling you now. That's how I feel. I could be wrong on that. It says the analyst says XRP is already on track to repeat the full pattern. Interestingly, he emphasized that the asset has already completed the bottom and the retrace phases with the top pattern, quote unquote, the only phase left for XRP to repeat. All right. Now listen, man, we'll see. We'll see. I just know XRP. I feel personally, not financial advice. All right, not financial advisor. Got to slide that in every video. But I just personally feel it's going to a very high price where I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I just know it's going to go high. And when it does, it's beautiful, beautiful. So now let's move on here to an article on U.Today. And this article is titled Ripple versus SEC lawsuit will end when this happens. All right, so let's see what's going on. It says there has been significant progress in the ongoing legal brawl between Ripple Labs and the United States SEC. Despite this, the XRP holders' lawyer in the lawsuit, John Deaton, so it's not me, it's John Deaton saying this. John Deaton believes there is more to come. So hopefully not. It says he says he believes there is more to come as the case enters the penalty phase. Hopefully not, man. I'm so sick of the SEC. I'm ready to just be completely done with them. But I always said I don't put it past them. They're always looking for some backdoor way to get at everybody. And I told people before earlier this year they went at BlackRock. Didn't I say that? You heard me in multiple videos, and I showed the article when they went against BlackRock. Now they went against them again. But this time, BlackRock is just like, you know what, we're just going to pay the penalty. So SEC has been going against everybody who wants to get in deep and really boost up crypto. And so we're fighting not only government regulators, but then we're fighting the U.S. Treasury at the same time. Every time we're about to pop off, they raise Treasury yields, which they know what that's going to do. That's been a problem for a long time, so we have all these hurdles to get over. I'm just ready to be done with this one in particular. And I think that we will be. Everything's been looking super good. They were conferring with the SEC on institutional sales. Hopefully we can wrap that up and then move forward, and then sky's the limit. It says the penalty phase is marked as the period in which the SEC is trying to hang on to the last straw. It could by demanding a hefty settlement for the part of the case that the other party is allegedly guilty of. In the Ripple case, the court ruled that the firm's institutional sales of XRP violate federal securities laws, and the SEC wants $770 million in settlement. Wow. Commenting on this, John Deaton noted that this penalty phase is like a second case, really, that has a lot of elements to it, including but not limited to, quote, depositions, interrogatories, requests for production of documents, emails, bank statements, contracts, and ODL transactions, unquote. He believes time will be expended before an actual agreement on the exact penalty fee is agreed upon between both parties. Notably, the crypto law expert projects that the case may drag on until late summer next year. So put that on your calendars. All right. Late summer next year, as Ripple will do everything in its power to lower the amount payable. It says, will the SEC still appeal? It is worth noting that there are speculations that the Gary Gensler-led commission might be considering an appeal when the final verdict is eventually delivered by Judge Annalisa Torres. While this possibility is noted, Deaton believes any form of appeal from the regulator will take at least another year. We'll see. Like I said, I'm ready to be done with these people, man. Holy smokes. What a waste of time and abuse of authority. But we will see. So far, everything's going good. But we have to know both sides. We can't just look at the good and ignore the other possibilities, because then we'll be blindsided if we're not privy to what could happen. I don't like to do that. I like to see it when it's coming. Someone throwing a punch, I'm going to look, roll with that punch, bob, weave, whatever I got to do to get out of the way of that punch. But I'm not going to turn my head. I'm not going to turn my back and get knocked out. No, I'm not. All right. So now let's move on here. We have a lot of really, really interesting XRP news today. So this article is also from thecryptobasic.com and is titled Central Bank of Nigeria quotes Ripple in latest 2023 report. And it says the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, the country's leading regulator for financial services institutions, has cited the San Francisco blockchain payment firm Ripple in its recent report regarding digital currencies. CBN quoted, which is interesting and makes sense at the same time, in my humble opinion. Now, Nigeria, which has a prominent role in ECOWAS, right? ECOWAS of the African nations, a grouping of African nations. They have a lot of ties to the West, Nigeria. So in order to participate in what would be their aspect of the new financial system, you're going to have to adopt one of these technologies. Now, if they're looking into Ripple, which obviously they are, right? If they're citing Ripple and interested in Ripple, that could be one of the reasons why that they may eventually be using an XRPL dominated system. There's no guarantees. XRPL dominant system, which I do believe all systems will be layered. We're seeing a lot of that. That's the very nature of MBDCs or MCBDCs. But that will serve them very well because a lot of other African nations are getting deep with Stellar, right? A lot of other African nations getting deep with Algorand. We see South Africa deep with Hedera, and I believe Cardano has a little bit of a foothold in Africa as well. But somebody at some point was going to get deep with XRP, the XRPL-based systems, Ripple. But let's read this little tidbit here. This is my humble opinion. It could go completely different than that. I understand that. I'll give my thoughts every once in a while. Specifically, in its latest 2023 report, the CBN cited Ripple's report on central bank digital currencies multiple times in its recent study titled, quote, Economics of Digital Currencies, unquote. According to CBN, the study is a comprehensive collection of studies focusing on various aspects of CBDCs. It includes their underlying concepts, implications on fiscal system stability, financial inclusion, and more. Per the regulator, the report's primary aim is to facilitate a clear understanding of CBDC economics for professionals and the general public. Ripple's 2020 report on CBDCs was one of the leading sources the CBN researchers cited. But why? There's so many companies out there that they claim that they specialize in central bank digital currency research and information. Why Ripple in particular? Because Ripple has the infrastructures, Ripple has the experience. They've already seen Ripple technologies, XRP-based technologies, function very well in a variety of circumstances. They also know that all of these different central banks are also walking hand in hand with Ripple, and a lot of lesser banks, right, regular commercial banks, also have adopted the technology, and they're just waiting. They're just waiting on the sideline. Listen, I'll say this also. Now, keep in mind what I just said, and then if you haven't watched that members only video, that last one, watch it. And when you watch it, ask yourself the entire time that I'm going over this particular topic, why? And I mean, I think that video, people don't see what's coming. The world is rapidly changing. Check out that video. That's all I can say. Check out that video. So now let's move on to another article here. We're going to dominate. We're going to dominate. Unless something dramatically changes, we're going to be so dominant in the future. It's unbelievable. All the signs are there. I think I even titled a video like that, like more signs, like all the signs are there. There is rebellion going on at levels that people are not perceiving. And we can take advantage of that. So this article here is from U.Today and it's titled Ripple Partner Uphold to Dish Out Reward to XRP Holders. So it begins here. A longtime Ripple Labs partner Uphold has announced they haven't been longtime partners. They've been longtime supporters of Ripple, right? They just did that partnership, I believe. It says Uphold has announced a new reward scheme designed to incentivize XRP holders. Taking to its official X account, Uphold said a total of 20,000 XRP is up for grab. Wow, you're just going to give away 20,000 XRP? Whoa. Okay. A total of 20,000 XRP is up for grabs for users who conduct a trade with as little as $20. As of the time of writing, the 20,000 XRP reward pool is worth a total of $11,152. I don't think that's what's important. I think what's important is what that 20,000 XRP could be worth in the future, not what it's worth now. But I know some people probably think differently. They'll probably just get that and sell it. I get it. I understand that 100%. I'm not against that. But I'm just saying, when I look at that, I look at, whoa, what could that be worth in the future? Adding that to whatever bag you have. That's how I look at it. It says here, considering the market price of the coin is pegged at 55 cents currently. Uphold historically supports the XRP ecosystem, and it ranks as one of the few firms that did not desert Ripple Labs in its close to 3-year legal battle with the United States SEC. Yeah, and I always knew that was going to benefit them. I did. So now let's move on here. But that's a good thing, you know. Maybe some people don't have a lot of XRP. They get a chance to get a pretty decent bag of XRP if they, I guess, win it. Is it like a contest? I don't know, but it's a pretty good, pretty good opportunity. All right, so this is from tradingview.com, although I did see this article on another website first. I just can't remember which one it is, but it's about Solana, and it's titled "Still Not Bullish on Solana." Oh, Solana made me some good gains. I'm super bullish on Solana now. Yeah, knowing what they're doing and seeing how it just went up significantly, right? And then knowing what they're probably going to do in the future. Yeah, I'm super bullish on Solana. Why not? So it says here, four new reasons why you should be. Let's see what they have to talk about. It says, number one, Solana and the U.S. regulatory landscape. Solana's prospects in the U.S. seem to be intertwined with the unfolding regulatory decisions. Vibhu Norby, founder of Drip Labs, today shared notable and positive insights from a recent crypto policy bootcamp, tweeting, quote, takeaways from crypto policy bootcamp in DC. Most agree Gensler is an outlier. Yeah, well, he's an outlier with a lot of power. Until they can get him out of there, he's going to wield that power. So let's not downplay him right now. No, I need to know how strong the enemy is. I need to know who I'm facing and the reality of it and not downplay them. Never underestimate your opponent, which I don't know how you could do that right now. So outlier, yes, but let's not make it seem like that individual is weak or that the people around him who have been around him for years now. Let's make that clear. Congress, Senate, whoever, they've been around him for years and did nothing. So let's make that clear as well. So it says lots of folks in Congress support crypto. Yeah, but what are they doing about it? They haven't done anything about it. See, I'm not going to kiss anybody's backside. I'm not going to pat them on the back if they did nothing. No, get on your job and get something done. Get it cracking, get it popping, make something happen now. You've been waiting too long. We no longer, I don't respect them. I don't respect these individuals. I don't. So many people could have benefited from crypto. They were benefiting from crypto. They were making terrific gains. And to back up what I've been saying, and I've been saying that for almost a year and a half, we read an article recently that proved exactly what I'm saying now. The article was talking about how many people were buying cars with crypto, buying houses with crypto, and sending children to college off of crypto money. There were so many millionaires made from crypto. That last bull run, especially, so many millionaires made. That's why I had everybody making videos like, oh, millionaires will be made. No, millionaires were made. They were made. And not financial advice. I believe they're going to be made again this next bull run. If the people position themselves correctly. Not financial advice, but it already happened. Right. And so no, these people could have stepped up and helped the regular people out. Instead, now the regular people are struggling with an economy that's been destroyed. And I have an article. Don't worry. I saw the articles come out where they're like, oh, the economy grew a little bit from consumer spending. That's a lie. That's a lie. They make it seem like people are just working these great jobs and making capital and they're going out there and they're living their life like nothing has changed. No, that's not the case. People, when it comes to consumer spending, were spending credit card. They were using their credit card, maxing them out, which then we got the data recently that said they maxed out their credit cards now. So it's like, okay, well, now the credit card spending is going to have to begin to dwindle. But then they'll say, well, they kept spending. Well, remember, we're at the time when we got that report that people were maxing out their credit cards, that they were running out of credit card debt to spend, that it was the holiday season rolling in and people began to work overtime for holiday spending. So you have all this holiday overtime going on at jobs, holiday overtime and mandatory extra time. People are getting mandated. Right. So that's going to give a little bit of the illusion that, hey, they still have money. No, they don't. No, they don't. When those holidays are over and all that mandatory extra time and all that overtime is gone, then the people are going to go right. They have to go back to that harsh circumstance of like, hey, capital has dried up a little bit. But they like to float this illusion. So anyway, It says, let's get back to this article. But I think what I was saying is more potent than what this article is trying to float. You want to be honest. You know, a lot of these companies, they get around these politicians and they start kissing butt. I hate to say it's true. They want to be one of the big fish, even though they try to fake this humble. And I'm not saying that about these Solana people, but it's a lot of companies are like that. Oh, we're good little boys and girls. Don't you like us? We're trying to help the people. And they're not helping the people at all. They just want to get in good with these so-called bigwigs, with the politicians, with the governments, with the central banks. They just want to get in close with them, which is like, okay, sure, that's going to bring us a lot of capital. Do that. But don't try to lie to me at the same time. Just get the capital, but don't lie to me. Don't make me lose that respect for you. That's how I feel. Anyway, let's continue on here. It says, this suggests a broader acceptance and understanding of crypto within legislative chambers. If anything's changing, I think it's the money that BlackRock. You want to be real? Let's be real. I think it's the money that BlackRock, Wisdom Tree, Valkyrie have been floating around out there. The money is what's fighting. Until they stepped in, these people weren't budging at all. All of a sudden, you have even members of the SEC sounding a little soft on crypto. Why? Well, see, I wish I felt like this in the beginning of the video, because now I'm starting to cook. This is already the middle of the video. But that's what's changing things. They're getting that money in it, allegedly. It's my humble opinion, but I've seen how things work in the world. That money talks, right? And so now they're starting to soften up because the wheels have been greased, for lack of a better word. It says, number 2, Solana's potential blue chip evolution. The constant comparison between Ethereum and Solana has given rise to debates in the cryptosphere. I don't see the debate. Solana is superior. Just like Algorand is superior. Hedera is superior. It's just Ethereum is popular. And when people love something, they don't want to let it go. As simple as that. It could be inferior and they're still going to say, well, this is the best. And it's not the best, but that's how they feel in their heart. People have a hard time letting go. So Ethereum is going to remain in a prominent role for quite some time, and they're comfortable with Ethereum. They've used it for a lot of time. So that also lends to it. I understand. I get it. I understand. But no, I don't see a reason for comparison. Solana is superior. It says, however, the increasing attention Solana has garnered, especially from venture capitalists, has lent credence to the belief that it might soon join the ranks of blue chip assets. We'll see. You got a lot of people super bullish on Solana. I'm waiting to see. I think it does have a bright future, though. It says, number 3, rising institutional interest. Recently, the institutional tide appears to be turning in favor of Solana. Sasha Fleischman, sorry about that, a notable portfolio manager at Arca, expressed his initial hesitation toward Solana in a tweet stating, quote, "For what it's worth, Raj Gokal, Chris Bernisk, I haven't really seen too much in the pipeline to even consider for investment from Solana, from the Solana side of the ecosystem." Really? Wow. Okay. If you say so. Did you do your research? What advisors are you paying to bring you information? Do you have advisors? I'm sure you do. Most top people have advisors and researchers on payroll. But no, Solana has been doing they've been rocking the boat. We covered a couple of articles here where very prominent figures were talking about Solana. I mean, I don't know how that person didn't see those articles, but okay. All right. So now they go into some chart stuff, and I really don't care about that right now. So let's go here. Let's move on. I've been fighting a bit of a common cold, folks. My energy has been super low. You know, I take a lot of good vitamins. I've been drinking some good water. I need to drink more water, though, to be honest. Been trying to rest up, getting a lot of work done. Continue to get a lot of work done, but yeah, I'm fighting it off, So we're gonna skip some articles today because I need to go lay down for a little bit. It's true, man. I do. Let's see. So we have an article on Polygon. We'll skip that one. We have an article on BlackRock versus the SEC. BlackRock to pay $2.5 million to settle SEC disclosure charges. They're nuts for going against BlackRock, But hey, that's on them. We have another article here. Blockchain embraces gold to provide stability. Let's skip that one. We're going to end off with real gold news, pure gold news here. Let's go to kitco.com for this one here. I love kitco.com. They have the best articles on precious metals, in my humble opinion. There's a lot of good article sites, but Kitco is the best of the best, in my humble opinion. And no, I don't know these people. I don't have any relationship with them. I'm just calling it how it is. I'm an honest person, and I read a lot of different articles per day. They do the best. It says here, gold prices consolidating just below 2,000. Caught between opposing forces. I agree with that. Sentiment in the gold market has turned significantly bullish as renewed safe haven demand due to rising geopolitical uncertainty pushes prices back to $2,000 an ounce. Analysts have said that investors and traders need to keep an eye on support around $19.50 an ounce. Gold prices. I think earlier when I saw the charts, it was at like 1984, something like that, 85. It was in that range at that time. And this article was written a little earlier. I got this one early in the morning. Anyway, it says Alex Kupsikovich, senior market analyst at FX Pro, said that while Tuesday's sell-off has helped cool down the market, he doesn't think selling pressure is completely finished. No, I don't either. A lot of people are going to be liquidating their gold. They already have been for a variety of reasons. But I will say that China, going back to buying gold, they're selling U.S. treasuries to buy gold. Did you see that chapter? It was in one of the last 2 videos I put out. But them doing that, all the other central banks continuing to buy gold, safe haven buying, I think is going to keep that price a little bit elevated for a while. And now you have more geopolitical tensions. As they said, certain things occurred with American bases and some American ships, right? So who knows what's going to happen with that? But that could also spark more safe haven buying of gold. We'll see. But right now, gold is in a very, very good position, right? A very, very good position. And I think people are starting to realize the potential for gold to protect value. Not only protect value, you make a little gains here and there, unless you got in low like we did, then you make a lot of gains, right? But more than that, it's a very, very safe, liquid way to protect value no matter where you are and what circumstances you're in. So, listen, with the 2024 looking very bad for the banks, if you have all this geopolitical tension and some banks go down, holy smokes. Yeah, $2,100 gold is not difficult to see. I say that because there's a lot of people calling for that level of price for gold. And yeah, I could definitely see it going there. So now, and then, well, I'm not even going to get into the US dollar. We'll see how everything shakes out in 2024 for the purchasing power of the US dollar. I think a lot of people are starting to see that not checking account, my apologies, savings accounts are trash. We'll see. There's so much going on, but gold is looking good right now. As far as I'm concerned, it's in a very, very good position. So now that you have the information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.